Hello, everyone. My name is Honey Hoops, and welcome back to the sweetest gaming channel around. Whether you're a new or returning viewer, it's very nice to see you. Hey, y'all. Hope y'all had a safe Halloween and a safe Dia de los Muertes, and you're ready for a reaction video. Now, this ain't Welcome Home, which I know is y'all bread and butter, but but it is just as strange, if not stranger. So, we are going to watch this together. I am one of those reaction people. I don't like to talk through stuff. I want y'all to experience watching these all put together and see if you notice anything different by it being in order. And then I will tell all my thoughts and theories at the end. And that's what you're here for. Feel free to skip ahead. Other than that, y'all, I want to also bring up that GoFundMe again. If you can, take out the time. I feel like every time I put up a video, it's a new set of people watching. So, it's more people seeing the GoFundMe. But if you can, please donate to this family. They were affected very hard by Hurricane Helene, and they could definitely use your support. So, if you could, please give what you can. Other than that, y'all, thank you for watching. I don't know why I'm being so weird. I am still adjusting to being back, but I hope that y'all are happy, safe, taking good care of yourself, and powering through the rest of this year. But that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and watch these trailers. All right, y'all. So, shameless plug. I do have several videos, maybe not several, but a few videos, and I made a playlist of other Little Nightmares 3 content. If you want to check it out, I would greatly appreciate that. But the first thing I noticed is the repeated emphasis on the friendship between these two. Every single trailer has shown us that these two have a very close, tight knit bond. And if we know anything about Little Nightmares, something bad is going to happen. Something's going to happen to one of them or both of them. Something's going to happen. And I think that it's very smart that they're building up the context of their friendship now before the game even comes out, because we already know that they have a very strong bond. So when we start to actually play the game and we're playing as them, it's gonna hurt 10 times worse, because we've been watching their friendship build over a period of what, a year, almost 2 years. It's gonna hit really hard. So although I don't appreciate it, that's very smart on their end, because we're not just being introduced to their friendship as we play the game. We've been introduced to it for a while now, which strengthens our connection to them and makes their inevitable end even worse. So, good job. Good job, y'all. As for the trailer itself, we are introduced to a new villain, the Supervisor, who is a very lovely woman. She's quite lovely, and she's just trying to make sure that the kids are okay. Right? No. She's like a spider creature. She looks very much like the teacher from Little Nightmares 2. They look very similar. They have a very similar build. But she has I believe it's 6 arms, like a spider. And she keeps watch of our darling children, but not for the good reason. She is trying to keep watch of them to attack them and potentially kill them, which I think is interesting because it plays into that whole idea of being watched. That's like the whole thing of Little Nightmares, where there were always eyes somewhere. We even had that scene in the first game where you were trying to get past with the eyes watching you. So that's really cool that they included that and that feeling of being watched. Now, you know, with all these TVs, of course, that makes the girl think that Mono might be making an appearance. Wow. Which it's funny because I made a whole video that he's not coming back. But hey, I could literally be wrong. But it would be very interesting if he did come back. And I feel like they kind of know what they're doing, including that in there. But also, I don't see where it would fit into the storyline. But, I mean, when you see a TV, you automatically think Mono. So, I don't know. But I also found this small thing. They have like their own language in this universe. I don't know if y'all saw this poster. But, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Sims. I don't know if you ever seen Sims writing. It looks just like this, just a bunch of jibber jabber. But like, they have their own language in this universe, which is very interesting. And at first I was just like, maybe what I just thought, I don't know, you know, like they're just putting nothing words there as a placeholder. What are nothing words? I don't know. They're just putting that there as a placeholder. But, you know, if they're putting out a trailer, everything that they're putting out is intentional. So I think that they put that there on purpose, and that these characters actually have their own language, which is very interesting, because maybe we'll learn a little bit more about that, and that's why they included that in there. And it also makes you wonder, what does it say? You know, with it being in a factory, maybe it says her name, maybe it says warning, maybe it says you're being watched, something along those lines. And it'll be even interestinger if somebody who's very good at codes and that type of stuff breaks down what that means. Not me, because I'm not good at it, but somebody who is could definitely get on that, and that would be really interesting. As for the factory, we see a point that was interesting to me is that when they were jumping off the ledge, you see what looks like blood coming down, and you also see teeth. There's teeth all over this factory. Now, that could lead you to several conclusions, or maybe just one, because, it's not, you don't typically have teeth in candy factory. But with the way, I keep wanting to say welcome home, with the way that Little Nightmares works, we know that a lot of the meat in the first Little Nightmares was made out of people. So what's it to say that this candy isn't made out of teeth? What's to say? I mean, maybe they're not against harvesting the organs and body parts of humans. So it would not be surprising to me if they were literally eating people's teeth. And throwing a little, what is it, red 40, red 50 in there, and give it a little, giving it a little zest and sending it out to the people. Because that's certainly what it seems like. But that's something I noticed. And also with the supervisor, I'm also wondering, is she the person that we saw crawling through the tubes? Is she that person? I feel like it would kind of make sense because that was also a part of the factory scene, if I can recall. And also similarly to how I brought up Mono and how they seem to be making a nod towards him with the TVs, they're also making a nod towards Six, as they have been in multiple trailers. But I also had a theory that this has maybe not so much to do with Six, and instead another character by the name of the Mirror Monster, who has the ability to teleport and bring kids into his mirror dimension, as we've seen before. I think he may get introduced as a new villain, and they're using, goodness, they're using they're using the mirrors as a playful way to like hint at it possibly being Six and get our interest, but knowing they may introduce him instead. I speak more about that in my other video, but I think that they are doing this as a way to grab our attention, but we may be introduced to new people completely who may have similar abilities as Mono and Six. And also, in an interview by the producer of Little Nightmares from Midnight Namco, she already said that this game is not a prequel. It's its own brand new entry into the Little Nightmares world. So it's likely that it won't include Mono, or maybe even Six, which is kind of unfortunate because it would be nice to see what they're up to. But I understand them, especially being a new company. They kind of want to start afresh. So, and they want people to be able to enjoy this game without having to go back and play the other two. So that's why. But let me look at my notes, y'all, because y'all hear the paper? I take notes when I'm watching these videos. So my last thing that I have is the overall themes. So from what I have seen so far, overall themes that I see is overconsumption, which is very prevalent in our day and age, greed, and perhaps corrupt CEOs, or you could say corrupt people in charge, which is also extremely relevant to what's going on. Speaking of which, y'all please vote. Please vote. Maybe, please. Yeah. So, that's all that I have. But I also want to speak on something else important. I know that a lot of people, from what I've seen in the comments, are very unsure about this game and don't feel like it has the same vibe. I will say this. It's very hard to enjoy something new if you're always comparing it to the past. You can relate that to anything. You can relate that to a relationship. You can relate that to a friendship. It's very hard to enjoy something else if you're holding it to the standards of something previous. Give this a chance and go into this game with fresh eyes. Pretend that you have never been introduced to the world of Little Nightmares, which I know is very hard to do, but go into this with an open mind. I think people are comparing this game way too much to Little Nightmares, and of course it's not going to give you Little Nightmares. It's not the same company. If it gave you the exact same thing, then you could say that this company has no originality. They're not bringing anything new to the table. And I honestly don't think, from hearing the producers speak in the few interviews I have heard from them, I don't think they want to give you the same thing. I really don't think they do. I think they want to give you their own spin on it. And if you're just so hungry for Little Nightmares content and the original creators, there is something else new coming out, and it's called Reanimal. That trailer is also very amazing and very creepy. So you can check that out, and maybe you can enjoy the two. You know, you got to give stuff a chance and let it exist in its own right and not compare it to that. Because when the trailer first came out, people said this trailer sucks. It looks, what is this? It's a mess. It's horrible. And now people are saying, this looks great. This is kind of reminiscent of the first two games. You see how when you just let things take its time and run its course, things just fall into place. So maybe we can my lips are dry. We can practice that same patience with this game now. This game ain't coming out until 2025. Who knows when exactly? They still have a lot more that they need to implement. So give it time, be patient. Please don't complain too much, because they are trying to feed us. Like I said in my last video, if I complain too much, they might stop giving us samples. So let's just be content and happy, you know? Animation is hard. Game creation is hard. These people are giving it their absolute all. So, you know, which you are free to critique things, but also critique with an open mind, right? Yeah. So that's all I have for y'all today. Thank y'all so much for watching, and it's been very sweet hanging out with you. I hope that y'all enjoyed this reaction videos with an S. I hope that y'all enjoyed the video and that y'all like me reacting. If this is something y'all like me doing, I will continue doing it more, but it's something I want to do because it's basically in the theory family, so I get to make theories. But I also need to play some video games, because what am I doing? So I'm going to be playing some video games next. That's my next step. And yeah, in the meantime, if y'all could, please like, subscribe, comment, and do all the wonderful things you could to help my beautiful channel grow. I would greatly appreciate that. I would appreciate it so much. Last time I checked, we were at 690 something. Very close to 700. Excuse me. Getting too excited. But yeah, y'all, if you could, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And you get to be a part of my family. And like y'all see, I respond in the comments. I love talking to y'all. Like, I'm always very surprised with the theories that y'all come up with. And y'all are so sweet. Y'all give me compliments and stuff. And when people check out my channel, I check out your channel too. So, you know, I think it's a good way to connect and network. So talk to me, please. Anywho, y'all, that's all that I have for today. Please be safe, careful. You know, it's election time. Election time is coming up. People get very rowdy. So be safe and please vote. Let your voice be heard. And know that no matter what happens, we can still make the best of our situation as long as we put our mind to it and we work together. It's not a time to turn on people. You know, just because somebody has different opinions doesn't mean that they aren't still worthy of respect. So let's keep that in mind always. Anyway, that's all, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, productive week. And I will see you I have so much spit in my mouth. In the next video. Bye.